So this is going to be the last in a 4-part series that we've been working on for Advent. So we've worked our way through the qualities of hope in week 1. We did peace week 2. Last week we did joy. And today we arrive at love. See, all of these qualities kind of intermingle. And they really can be standalone practices outside of the Advent season. You might have noticed that I've weaved in some scripture that isn't necessarily around the Christmas story, but the story of Jesus and what began in the manger in Bethlehem, and then the bigger story of what Jesus brought to the world and to us personally. So let's jump in and do some yoga. We're going to start really restoratively, kind of work our way up and then come back down again. So you might want a blanket or some pillows. I'm going to set my blanket up at the end of my mat. We're going to kind of prop ourselves up a little bit to open our hearts. So to embody this quality of love, we still want to work on all those beautiful heart openers. So I tend to roll my blanket up like this and then make a little head for the bottom, or tail, whatever way you think of it, to support the head a little more. You can also just have some pillows set behind you, or if you don't have enough, you could put a block underneath. I think this is going to work well for me, but let's give it a try. The idea, again, we're just propping up the back of our hearts so we can open the shoulders, feel a sense of expansion. So, lie on down. Pretty good. So, shoulders melting. We can start with our legs bent, our arms down by our sides. Or we can take a resting star shape, I call this sometimes. So if it feels okay in your back, you can straighten your legs and have your feet nice and wide. Your arms come out to the sides, palms rolled up. So we've set ourselves up in sort of a star shape. Of course, if this doesn't serve your body, you can always bend those legs back in. So just take a moment to settle in a heart opening posture of your choice. Notice your body, your mind, and your heart. Paying particular attention to our hearts this evening as we try to calm the mind. Begin to just gradually lengthen that breath, like your breath is just resonating in that place around your heart. Inhale, like your breath is expanding out like a radiant star. Exhale, that breath returns back to center. Like with every in-breath, you can send a little warmth into your fingertips, your toes, up into the mind. And as you exhale, you just rest. Soften the back of the heart. And as you continue to just breathe deeply into that heart space, breathe that sense of warmth and brightness into your body, your heart, your mind. I'd like to start us with a reading, and this is from Jennifer Slattery from IBelieve.com. The New Testament makes it clear. Jesus, God's Son, was the fulfillment of Old Testament prophecy. He was the long-promised Emanuel, sent by God to save his people and usher in a new kingdom. He came as the mediator between God and man, as our Redeemer, Savior, and friend. 2,000 years ago, God looked upon our sin-ravaged world, saw our hopelessness, and all our futile attempts to make ourselves right with him. And he did what we could never do. He came to us. When Christ came to earth, he quite literally became God with us. Because of Christ's death and resurrection, we truly can receive the gift of God with us. Not just with us as a friend who walks beside us, though he indeed does, but God with us, as in, he comes to live inside us, giving us strength in place of weakness, courage in place of fear, and vibrant life in all those dark places that once felt dead. On the night before he died, Jesus promised he would send us an advocate, a spirit of truth, who would come to live with us and be in us. This was something altogether new. No longer would men need a priest to mediate between them and God, because he himself would be their teacher. He would be closer than their next breath. Because of Jesus, Emmanuel, we never have to be alone. We never have to wonder how to please God or worry if our efforts aren't enough. We can simply rest knowing he is with us, in us, loves us, and will never leave us. So from your resting star pose, you might transition. So you could simply bring your legs to bend, or if it feels comfortable in your body, you could join those feet and open the knees for reclining bound angle. If you need some support, you can place your blocks or pillows underneath the knees. And again, roll those palms upward towards heaven as you just breathe even deeper into all the space around your own heart. Continuing to just contemplate Emmanuel, God with us. Because we have God with us, we have love. Unconditional love from the Father. When you're ready from here, if you chose bound angle, you can draw the knees back together. Maybe take a moment to reverse it. Knees together, feet a little wider. Really letting your low back settle, your heart continue to open and expand. From here, we will just gently transition. If you did choose to prop up behind you, you might roll to your side and just remove that prop. You might use it later on in our seated meditation. So coming back to your back, settling. And now we'll begin to just create openness, this feeling of kindness and love to our bodies. So if it feels okay, reach your arms up to the sky. You might just kind of let the arms settle here. This is a nice way to relax around the back of the shoulders, or you might interlace those hands and press up. But keep your shoulders down. Just take a few breaths here. And then if it feels okay, we're going to reach those arms up over our head. And if the shoulders are a little cranky, you might just separate them, reach up any way that feels good, or you can keep that interlace, pressing up. And we always want to find ease in our body. Just breathe a little length into the sides of the waist, keeping your belly down. These movements just gently opening around our hearts. Continuing to move into the rest of our season with an open heart. A heart that knows it has a loving God. And then take those arms out to the sides into your T shape. Keep feeling that expansive breath all the way around your heart. In our practice tonight, we'll also be exploring a little bit about the love of Mary, the love she had for God, the trust she had, and of course the love she had for Jesus. So feel this kind of full body yes, like Mary said yes to God. And then widen your feet a little bit. We'll just create a little movement and warming for the lower body. So rock your knees from side to side, your way. When that feels complete, bring the feet in a little bit, set the arms down. And we'll continue to warm. So let's draw the left knee in, give it a little hug, that gesture of kindness. Maybe you circle a little bit here, just gently warming the hip, warming the low back. And then interlacing those arms behind that left thigh. We're going to start to warm a little bit into the back of the thigh without force. So inhale, reach the leg up, flex the foot, the knee can be nice and bent. Exhale, relax down, point the toe. Keep it going. Inhale, reach and flex. Exhale, relax and point. Just gently warming the body. And then reach back up, set your arms down by the sides and create a little circling here. Maybe a rocking. Being really gentle and loving with our bodies. Listening to the ways our bodies want to move. And then maybe making a bigger circle here, like you're stirring a big pot of soup with the left leg. Warming into the hip. And then cross that leg right onto the other, like your two knees are kind of knitting together, the thighs are knitting together. You can take those arms out into a T shape or cactus shape, whatever serves. First, gently rock the knees over towards the left. So we're creating a little stretch in the outer right thigh. You need to open across the heart, relax. And then come back to neutral. You might shift the hips an inch or two over to the left as the knees come to the right. So coming into a twist of your shape. If this situation with the legs crossed feels too much, you can always uncross or come into a more open twist depending on your body. Whatever shape you're in, see if you can take your right hand into the left side body. And deepen your breath. When that feels complete, unravel, come back to the center, and we'll take that right to the other side. So arms down by the side, we'll hug that right knee in. And we can rock a little bit from side to side. We can circle. What movements would your body like? And then take those hands behind your right thigh. We'll start to warm into the hamstrings. Inhale, reach and flex. Knee can be soft. Exhale, relax and point. Keep it going. Breath linking movements. And then reach it up, relax those arms down. Make some little circles with your leg. Massaging into the back, feeling a little movement in the belly. And then making that a bigger circle. Just circling in a way that makes sense to you. And then cross that leg onto the other, knitting the two legs together, taking the arms into a bit of a T. We'll first rock the knees over towards the right, little stretch in the outer left hip. Keep that breath full, that sense of openness around your own heart. Back to center. Maybe you pick those hips up, scoot them an inch or so over towards the right, and the knees fall to the left. And any version of a twist is just fine here, whatever serves you. And then maybe you take the left hand into the right side body as you intensify your breath. And feel that breath. It's a sense of fullness, lightness. And when you're ready, gently unravel. Set the arms down. Take a moment to observe. And maybe just giving yourself another nice full hug, hugging those knees in, circle or rock. almost complete. Set those feet down. And when you're ready, we'll prepare to transition. So we'll gently roll to either side. And use our hands to press ourselves up. And we're going to find ourselves in our tabletop position. And if you need a little support for your knees, you can bring that in the blanket. So shoulders are over the wrists, knees are as wide as the hips. And let's just begin with traditional cat and cow to continue our warm-up. Inhale, drop belly, lift heart and tail. Exhale, arch that spine, draw the belly in. Inhale, like you're revealing that heart. Exhale, arch it in. Come back to your neutral position, and we're going to take thread the needle pose here, a little shoulder opener, but listen to your body. We're going to take our right arm underneath our left. If your shoulders are crabby, just stop at the elbow and take a little twist to the left. If that arm feels okay, you can thread it all the way under, drop under the shoulder. Take my glasses off. And maybe reach that left arm forward. Some people like to take the arm behind for a little more heart opening. Whatever variation serves you here. Breathe deeply into the left side of your body. When you're ready, press it on up. And we'll take it over to the other side. So the left arm comes up and the red's underneath the right. You could stop at that elbow and just look right, or keep threading it underneath. Landing on the shoulder and the temple, the right arm might reach forward and over to the right. Stay with your breath. When you're ready, come back to neutral, and we'll widen those knees, touch toes, come right down into your neutralizing child's pose. Your way. Maybe you roll those palms up towards the sky if that serves you. Breathe all around your heart. And as you're breathing deeply, I'd just like to offer you this passage from 1 John 4:10. In this is love. Not that we loved God, but that He loved us and sent His Son. In this is love. Not that we loved God, but that He loved us and sent His Son. God sent us Jesus, Emanuel, so that we could always have God with us. Whenever you're ready, come to your table. I'm going to just transition to stand, maybe with a quick downward facing dog. Lift lifting the hips to sky. Just moving your body in ways that make sense to you. And when you're ready, mindfully walk those feet forward. We're going to come to the right side of our mat and roll our way up. So if you hadn't set your mat up the long way, you might switch it around. We're going to be doing some moon salutations. But just settle into your mountain. Feet as wide as they feel comfortable. Hands at the heart. Breathe. Standing tall. Once again, contemplating Emanuel, God with us, which started with Mary saying yes to God. In reverence to Mother Mary, we'll be doing moon salutations that are a little bit more of a feminine type flow. So when you're ready, we'll start our first moon salutation. We'll break it down nice and slow. So we'll reach up on our inhale. Join the hands any way that serves you. Might take temple mudra if you like. Recognizing your body, just like Mary's, is a temple for God within. And then we'll flow kind of into that crescent moon shape. So inhale, reach up. Exhale, lateral side bend to the left. Let's hold it for a couple breaths here, just learning the sequence. If the arms don't feel good, joined, you can just take them apart, or even let one arm come down. Come back to center. Exhale over towards the right. Stay rooted in the feet, rooted in the pelvis. Rise up and take a big step to your left. You might take a little shuffle step so you're kind of in the middle of your mat. Toes turned out. So this is our goddess pose. And in reverence to Mother Mary, let's create a little flow. So reaching down and then inhaling up. Exhaling down, inhaling up. And embodying these feminine qualities of gathering, nurturing, growing life. So next time you come up, we're going to come to Warrior Two. So our left toe points to the left side of the mat. We bend into that knee, radiate the arms out, Warrior Two. We're doing the softer, more feminine version of Warrior Two, where all these poses are to that long edge of our mat. And then straighten the front leg-ish. We're gonna reach the left hand up over the head, right hand down to the leg. This is our triangle, reverse triangle. And then exhale, come right into your triangle. Left hand graces the thigh, the hips just shift to the right, right hand to the sky. Your version, don't force it, we're still warming up a bit. That heart nice and open. And then come back to center. We're going to take a little mindful transition. Hands to the hips. We're going to turn towards the left side of the mat. So a couple variations. We could either stay in kind of a high lunge here. If you have kind of the balance and the stability in your lower body, such as strengthener for the back leg, you could lower that knee down. Relax the toes and reach on up into your crescent. You could always stay up, no need to come down if the body says no. Lift your heart up in a big full body yes. What could you say yes to God about? Just like Mary. When you're ready, come back out. We're going to touch the earth and rise up kind of into a pyramid shape. And it's okay if the front leg isn't straight. So the back foot is down. There's a little stagger between the feet and our torso just hangs down over that front leg. A little gesture of humility, just like Mary. She knew it wasn't about her once she heard this message from the messenger, from the angel. When you're ready, bend that front knee and roll your way up. You might shorten your stance a little bit. We're going to take Stargazer. So we're going to take our arms back behind us, maybe interlace. We might just keep our gaze straight ahead, or we could gaze up, gazing up at the stars. With wonder, awe, a heart of adoration for God's love. When you're ready, bring your spine back to neutral. You can relax your arms, and we're just going to turn the left toe straight ahead. Here we are to the other side of the mat. So we'll reach up to complete that. Exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale up. Exhale left. Inhale up. And return to your heart center. Breathe. So we've done a first moon salutation. Cross the mat. We'll do a few more. This one will move a little faster. So let's inhale up. Exhale, crescent moon to the right. Inhale up. Exhale to the left. Inhale up. Exhale, take your wide stance. Come right into your flowing goddess. And reflecting back on Mary, how fluid she had to be all through her life to just follow God's lead. Next time you come up, we'll turn that right toe to the right side of the mat. Find your warrior two, so bend into that front knee. Shoulders and hips opening in this heart opening, hip opening sequence. Radiate those arms out, warrior two. And then reverse triangle, right arm sweeps up, left hand to the thigh, heart lifts. Next exhale, come right into your triangle. Actually, let's form this one a little more. Just this is one time through, let's flow with it. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, come down into triangle. Use a little core strength, not forcing. Feel that fluidity. Feminine quality. So then hold your triangle, whatever that looks like to you. Keep opening your heart. Strong roots. Rise up when you're ready. Hands to the hips, careful transition, a little shorter stance so we're facing the right edge of the mat. Again, we could just stay in our lunge, our high lunge right here. Could reach the arms up, Only if you're feeling like making that transition, you could mindfully lower the knee, relax the toes. Come into your lunge, arms reaching up. Lift your heart up. Open your heart to receive love. Emanuel, God with us. When you're ready, we'll come down to touch the earth. Come into your pyramid shape. So again, your feet are rooted, a little space between them. The spine just comes down over that front leg in your own way. You could use blocks if you want to. Feel it's just a bowing to God's plan, this sense of humility here. And then mindfully roll your body up. Maybe a little shorter stance. We're going to take our arms back behind us and lift that heart, lift the gaze into Stargazer. Feel the grace, the love, acceptance of Father God. When you're ready, come back, relax those arms, and just turn that right toe. Take the left foot to meet it. Anyway, we're going to reach up, finish salutation on this side. Exhale to the left. Inhale up. Exhale to the right. Inhale up and right back to your heart. Stand tall and strong. Just really embodying these fluid, nurturing, loving qualities of Mary. Let's take 2 more rounds of our moon salutations. Inhale up. Exhale left. Inhale up. Exhale right. Inhale up. Exhale, big step to the left. Go right into your goddess flow. Next time, come up and transition right into your warrior 2. Your body knows the sequence now. Just take a breath, get settled. Come into your reverse triangle. Right into your triangle. Bring it back up. Turn the hips to the left. Take your version of a lunge. Developing some patience within yourself. Reach up. Using your body to pray. When you're ready, fold it forward. Pyramid. Humility. Rise up carefully. Come into your Stargazer. back to neutral. Step to the left side of your mat. Inhale up. Exhale, crescent to the right. Rooted feet. Inhale up. Exhale to the left. And return. This last one, I'm going to cue you just into the poses. Allow a little bit of stillness, a little bit of silence, so you can really just use this as a prayer. Maybe connecting to the innocence of Mother Mary and her very devoted, loving heart. Inhale up. Exhale, sway. Inhale up. Exhale, sway. Inhale up, step to the right. Goddess. Warrior two. To the right. Reverse triangle. Triangle. Rise up. Turn to the right. Find your version of your lunge. Breathing deeply, using your body to pray. Emanuel God with us. Bowing, pyramid pose. Rise up. Stargazer. Step to the right side of your mat. Inhale. Sway. Inhale. Sway. Inhale. Right back to your own heart. Full breath. Embodying the quality of devotion, reverence, and unconditional love. Mother Mary. And then step back to the middle of your mat, feet a little wide. We're just going to come into our star pose. So radiate those arms out to the sides. Feel an evenness in your feet and evenness in your pelvis. Maybe you close your eyes. It's almost like you're offering God, all of you, your love, your devotion, your reverence. Reach the arms up. Get a little bit more length in your spine. And then take the left hand to the thigh, right hand to the sky. Take that lateral shape again. Root into the right foot. Feel length and space all down the right side of your body. Rise up. Right hand to the thigh, left hand to the sky. Take that lateral side bend. Rooted on the left foot, just reaching, radiating. Come back up. You're going to go a little bit more into that goddess shape, toes out a little bit. Take your hands to your thighs, and we're going to take a twist. So lengthen your spine and take a little turn to the left. Come back to neutral, twist to the right. Come back to neutral. Maybe one more time each side in your own way, on your own breath. Come back up. Root into the legs. Wiggle your feet in just a little bit. Maybe a little more. Let's keep twisting. So a nice neutral twist here. Bring it down. And now, a couple versions. We're going to come into Malasana, or squat pose. I think that really continues to embody the feminine energy, particularly the feminine quality of birthing. We might not be birthing a baby, but we're kind of birthing into this new year. So, if you have a block, it might be helpful to come down into your squat and sit on a block. If you know your knees just don't like squatting, you could either take a little squat, or you could just come down to sit in cross-legged or a bound ankle pose, seated bound ankle. So we're gonna lower down. Let's see what my hips feel like doing here. You might just take your hands to the inside, hands in prayer, and rock a little bit. Keep lifting your heart. Love. The fruits of our labor aren't always easy. Our relationship with God, for some reason, isn't always easy. Just visualize this birth for Mary alone with Joseph, total devoted Joseph. He whispered to her as they get closer to the birth, remember what the messenger said. Do not be afraid. And if you want that support, you can place the block underneath you. You might have already come down and sit on the floor. Just a few more breaths here if possible. When you're ready, you probably are. We're just going to transition, maybe come to kneeling, and then a nice little reverse is to come into our bound angle. So our feet are touching, knees are open, lifting. Really plan it, but a lot of these poses are just tapping into the feminine energy. Listen to your body. You might just really like the feeling of lengthening your spine, opening your heart, or you might want to bow forward any amount here, whatever whatever your body's calling you into. I always give my feet a little massage here. Just your self-love. When you're ready, come on up. And I'm gonna lengthen our legs out into a straddle. And if you need a little support underneath your bottom, you can do that. If you need a little support underneath your hamstrings, you can bring that in. Somehow slide a little extra support in. Tapping into that feminine energy, being able to adjust. Much better. So your legs don't have to be this wide, however far apart they feel comfortable, that you can stay rooted, keep lifting your spine up. And then let's just take a little lateral side bend to one side. Don't have to force anything to happen, just opening the sides of our heart. Bring it on over to the other side. So lifting that heart up. Come back to center. Maybe take a big reach up. I'm going to take a twist. So the left hand comes in front, the right arm comes behind, and we just look to our right foot. Keep lifting your spine up and just taking that nice gentle twist. And then take it over to the other side. So right hand is in front, left fingertips come behind you. Get super tall and gaze down towards your left foot. Back to center, invite the legs in, and just come to simple cross-legged position. After being in straddle, this situation probably feels more accessible, but find your comfortable seat. If you want to sit up on a couch or a chair, that's just fine too. So we'll be moving into a short meditation, contemplation. So make sure you're comfortable and sit in a chair, or just find your comfortable seat with a little something behind you. Close your eyes down. Feel a lengthening in your spine, an openness across all of your heart. If it feels comfortable and natural, maybe for just a little while, you place that hand over your own heart. You can take it down anytime you'd like. As you inhale, feel that upward lift of your breath, the breath moving into all around the heart. And as you exhale, a sense of softening, a returning back. As you continue to breathe deeply in this way, I'd like you to just allow these words from John 14:15 through 20 to wash over you. If you love me, keep my commandments, and I will ask the Father, and he will give you another advocate to help you and be with you forever, the Spirit of truth. The world cannot accept him because it neither sees him nor knows him. But you know him, for he lives with you and will be in you. I will not leave you as orphans. I will come to you. Before long, the world will see me no more, but you will see me. Because I live, you also will live. On that day, you will realize that I am in the Father, and you are in me, and I am in you. And reflecting on this last passage from John 15:9. As the Father has loved me, so have I loved you. Abide in my love. As the Father has loved me, so have I loved you. Abide in my love. Emanuel, God with us. Maybe it would help you to turn this into a breath prayer, where as you inhale, you just internally say, Emmanuel. And as you exhale, internally say the word, God with us. You can stay with this breath prayer, or just continue to breathe in your own heart, feeling this interaction of devotion and love that you send up to the Father, to Jesus, and also he sends down to you. In fact, this love lives within you. Inhaling Emmanuel, exhaling God with us. Stay with that breath prayer. If it's serving you, it might just fall away. And you sit for a moment longer, just in the presence of God. Feel that presence from the inside of you, not from the outside. Maybe you dare to speculate. Because of Jesus, you are holy too. whenever you're ready, we'll simply transition down on our backs for relaxation. You might set that blanket up or bring in the props that we used initially in the beginning of practice, if you so choose to continue that effect of the heart opening. It doesn't have to be a lot to feel that subtle difference. So when you feel comfortable, lie on down. Feeling that heart expanding open still. If it feels comfortable, if you felt you really enjoyed it in the beginning, you might take those legs wide and let them rock a little bit to release, and take those arms out into a bit of a star shape. If your body is craving any more neutralizing movements, you can bring that in, but if you're ready for stillness, it's like we're retracing our steps, coming back to this gesture of a resting star. Continuing to breathe deeply. Maybe you have some final thoughts that you need to kind of get right with God about. Maybe you bring in very deep, deep devotion and gratitude to Mother Mary. Allow yourself to just feel a little vulnerable here, open to the mystery, the plan that God has for you. If it feels comfortable and right, you might morph yourself once again into that reclining bound angle pose. Bringing in support underneath the knees if you need that. Revealing your heart. A heart that is already well known and loved by God. Can you feel that love? And also feel the sense of adoration, devotion, and love for Jesus, for the beauty of your own unique faith. And then moving into a place of rest. Maybe you like that reclining bound angle pose that really serves you. Maybe you straighten your legs a little bit. If it doesn't feel good to have the prop underneath you, you can take it out. Just come into traditional Shavasana. Another option would be to bring your legs up your couch or chair for a bit of an inversion, if you'd like to end in that way. Whatever variation you chose, just make sure that you're comfortable and warm. And as you settle into Shavasana, just allow these words this verse from 1 Corinthians 13, 4 through 8 to just really infuse you with this quality of love that we've been working on all evening. Love is long-suffering and kind. It does not envy, does not parade itself. It is not puffed up, does not behave rudely, does not seek its own, is not provoked. It thinks no evil. It does not rejoice in iniquity, but rejoices in the truth. Bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Love never fails. Take this final time to simply abide in God's love, with the blessing of Emanuel, God with us. Linger here in Shavasana as long as you'd like to. If you're ready to arise, just bring a little movement back into your body, maybe wiggling fingers or toes. Curl up into a little ball on your side. No rush. Only when you're ready, using your hands to gently guide you back into your seated posture. Maybe placing one hand or two to your own heart. Feeling that breath, that warmth, this lightness and love. Freely given to you. Maybe take all these qualities of the Advent season with us to the rest of the season and beyond, knowing that these qualities that we've been cultivating are really just qualities of God that are already within us. Namaste.